Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. Pleasure to be in the company, albeit over Zoom, with world-renowned trainer Abel Sanchez. Abel, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you as well. And how was your week in terms of being over in Vegas? Obviously, you had your hands full with work, with boxing. How did you assess your week?
We had a good week. We had two good wins. So and we got to watch a great event. So it was fun.
Yeah, getting straight into that top of the tree, the main event between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Lots of fallout from that fight. How did you view it?
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. I thought the scores were a little tighter than they should have been. He did everything he was supposed to do. He looked great.
When you say the scores were tighter than they should have been, how did you score it?
I had it 4 rounds, 4 points up on for Terence. So that 15-13 was a little tighter than I thought. But listen, I'm not the judge, and the judges, the three different viewpoints, so they see something different than we see on TV. I saw it on TV. I didn't see it live.
In terms of how the fight progressed, did you have it even until Crawford took over? How did it manifest?
No, I thought that Crawford won a lot of the early rounds, and then somewhere in the middle, Canelo kind of came back a little bit, but there was a little more, a little better effort, I should say, from Terence. Maybe it was the speed for Canelo couldn't adapt to it, but what a crafty guy Terence was against Canelo last night.
Yeah, what did he do to execute the victory last night, Crawford? What was the key to his victory?
I think that he kept Canelo at bay. He never let Canelo get into a rhythm in the fight. So whenever Canelo tried to do something, Terence was there. He threw shots that made Canelo retreat, where generally he doesn't do that. And it's got to be the hand speed or just the foot speed also. He had great legs. I'm not going to say it was southpaw right-handed. I just think that he had a great game plan. Bomac and him put something together that worked exceptionally well.
Was it the shots? Did you think they particularly hurt Canelo?
No, I don't think any of the shots hurt Canelo. I think it was more getting hit and not wanting to get to take a good shot. So when you're fighting defensively, it's difficult to put your own game plan together. And defensively, I mean, not because he thought he was going to get hurt, but because they were landing. They were effective. It may not have been hard, but there's something that kept you from doing what you want to do.
You gave me over in Saudi Arabia a brilliant breakdown on the fight, and I asked you, could Crawford do what Golovkin did and take it to Canelo? It did seem like in round 9 and maybe 11 and 12 that he was stepping forward to Canelo and taking it to Canelo like Golovkin did. Did you see it that way?
Yeah, there comes a point in a fight where you think you're ahead, you think you're doing well, and you don't see the how can I put it, the threat from your opponent. Then you start doing things that taking a little more chances, and by doing that, it makes it more convincing for you. The one that had to take the chance didn't, and that was Canelo, because he was far. I'm going to say far behind. He was behind on the scorecards, and he had to have known it. I'm sure Eddie was telling him in the corner that he was behind, so he didn't take the chances that Terence did, and he's the one that needed to.
From a Canelo perspective, if there was to be a rematch, can he change much to affect the second time, the outcome?
I wouldn't want to see a rematch. I think that Terence fought such a virtuoso fight. There's no reason. I think Terence, at this age and at this stage of his long career, he's done everything he should do. There's nothing that he's going to do better in the next fight. So why even chance it? Not that he gets beat or anything like that, but just why chance it?
Canelo mentioned in the post-fight press conference he felt that, look, he never gave up in the fight, but also that he felt his body couldn't do what his mind was sort of telling him to do. What signals does that send to you about where Canelo is at right now?
He had a great fighter in front of him. It's not his age. I'm not going to take anything away from Terence. I'm not going to say that Canelo was old. I'm not going to say any of that. And they shouldn't say that, because the reason his body or his mind couldn't be on the same wavelength is because he had a great guy in front of him. He had a guy with a good game plan, and a guy that was prepared, and a guy that was going to keep him from doing anything he wanted to do. So it was Terence, the one that kept him off.
So if I said to you the version of Canelo that you fought with Golovkin was in the ring, do you think Terence Crawford would still have got the victory?
That's a little unfair. I've never tried to compare eras, because in that era, Golovkin and Canelo were young. or Canelo was younger, I should say. And in this era right now, Terence is the man. So it's unfair to Terence to say that guy would have been better. Terence last night did what he needed to do, and he controlled the fight, and he did what I'm sure he and Bomac put together in the gym, and it worked spectacularly.
No, fair enough. In terms of what's next for Terence Crawford, what would you like to see him do? He doesn't want to go up to light heavy, doesn't want to go back down to welterweight. Where do you think he goes?
For me, retirement.
Really?
Yeah. You know why? Not because he's old, not because what else can he accomplish?
Hmm.
What else can he do that's gonna rival this? You had 70,000 people in the arena. You had everybody picking against him, and he fights the kind of fight that I don't think anybody expected. I didn't expect it for sure.
See, that's interesting because I was debating with some of my journalist colleagues and I said to them what could be next for Terence Crawford. And they also said retirement. But I also said, well, the rematch might be there for you and that's a way for you to pick up money that's kind of already there. Do you sort of get that as well?
No, it's not all about the money, man. It's all about at this level, how much money can he spend? His legacy. I'm sure that he could go on and do something like Floyd has been doing. Why damage anything that he's already accomplished? He's not gonna get. It's not gonna get any better than this. There's nobody out there in the horizon. Not even Benavidez. Not any of those guys that can do what they did for this show. And he's already beat him. He beat him convincingly, in my opinion. He beat him in a way that made him look like he wasn't even in the fight. He did some things in there. Terence did some things in there that just kept Canelo off, man. Just kept. He never could get into a rhythm. He never could get going. He could never throw any kind of combinations that were going to be damaging. So why even chance not being lackluster or not looking as good as he did last night?
The comparison was made and asked of Canelo Alvarez between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. Who do you think skill for skill is the better operator?
And Terence is. I mean, everybody's got their eras, but in this era, Terence is. In Floyd's era, Floyd was. The difference, I think, in Terence nobody expected. He moved up 3 divisions and looked spectacular. Floyd never did that.
And Abel, what about next for Canelo Alvarez? You said it was just because of a case of it was Crawford in front of him, but what could be on the horizon for him?
Now, now I could see a Benavidez fight. Now I can see a couple more fights that in the divisions where the guys are going to be not as crafty as Terence. I said in the previous interviews regarding Terence and before the fight, I thought it was like a Golovkin Kell Brook. Just Kell Brook didn't have enough to keep Golovkin off, but the hand speed and the fast speed because of the lower weight gave us a little issues in the first couple rounds. For Terence was able to keep it up for 12 rounds, which was surprising to me and to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Well, how does Canelo Benavidez go for the back of last night?
Oh, no, I'm talking about Benavidez and Canelo coming back down to 168. Maybe that could happen now that Canelo is really a 68-pounder. Terence is not. I don't think I would want to see a fight between Terence and Benavidez. Terence has nothing else to prove, in my opinion. Hasn't got to take on a young lion like that. Maybe Canelo to resurrect maybe a 68-pound career. Maybe can fight Benavidez and knock out Benavidez, and then maybe he's back on the 68 picture.
So you think he does knock out Benavidez off of the back of last night?
I'm just saying that's just a form of saying that. Let's just say he beats Benavidez. Okay, it's gonna be difficult to knock out Benavidez, just like it's difficult to knock out Canelo. But at least he'll be back in the picture with a win.
And is Benavidez a better style for Canelo than Crawford was?
Absolutely. I think that Benavidez will come and fight him, and I think that then Canelo will be able to get into a rhythm. I think that Terence's feet and Terence's movement and Terence's IQ in the ring was unexpected, I think, for a lot of people.
Let me leave off with this last question I asked you in the preview as to whether the winner was your pound for pound number one. Does it change now that Terence Crawford got that victory?
Well, absolutely. He's number one, head and shoulders above everybody else. Not just because he won, but how he won. I think pound for pound needs to be the smart guy, the guy that generates, the guy that does things his way. And I think that last night he proved to us that he's a great fighter, man.
Abel, won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for your time and thanks for the seconds out. Looking forward to seeing you back doing what you do best.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great day.